Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first edition of Deccan Herald's prestigious DH Bengaluru 2040 Summit, where an eminent galaxy of city's most influential policymakers, politicians, academics, and sportspersons come together with a single agenda to envision the way forward for a better, brighter, and more sustainable Bengaluru. This event is truly inclusive and participatory, where citizens also contribute their ideas and solutions to our city's challenges through technology as well as film. I'd like to mention that DH Bengaluru 2040 Summit is presented by Puravankara, powered by Manipal Hospitals, in association with Godrej Yummiez, Renault, ITC Limited, Moto Corp, Promise Foundation, and Adfactors PR. Technology partner is Mercedes-Benz Research and Development India. And to add a sweet twist, we have special gift hampers from Smooth Chocolates for our guest speakers today. We do hope that you have a thought-provoking and inspiring experience. Do keep your mobile phones on silent mode and do have your masks on. And if you are sharing updates from the event on your social media verse, be it Twitter, on Instagram, do so with the hashtag DH Bengaluru 2040 and make sure all those updates are right there as we can see them as well. If you do have any specific needs through the day, do watch out for our organizing team. They are the ones wearing the blue lanyards. They will be more than happy to be of help and to sort things out for you. I'd also like to include that the schedule of the entire day, the agenda for the day, is on page 5 of today's Deccan Herald edition that has been placed on your tables. Feel free to scroll through it. You will see an exciting panel of all the things that lies ahead for us. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the ball rolling. I would like to invite the CEO of TPML and editor of Deccan Herald, Mr. Sitaraman Shankar, for the opening address. How about a round of applause as we welcome him as he takes stage for the opening address. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you, sir.
So thank you, Sriram. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first DH Bengaluru 2040 Summit. When I moved to Bengaluru about 3.5 years ago, I was struck by the sense of space, the greenery and the grace of India's garden city. Over the next few months, I duly got to admire the tech savviness and the intellect of people here and the excitement of the startup crowd. In a word, the place had buzz. Of course, I read in the newspapers, including the one that I'm privileged to edit, of the city's problems, of potholes, of piled up garbage, and of lakes that have become building sites. I experienced the traffic firsthand, needless to say, and at the civic events that we organized as a newspaper, I heard the genuine, visceral anger of people at their bureaucrats and at their elected representatives in the authorities. I've realized over the years, over the last couple of years, that some of these issues were part of a transition from pensioners' paradise to Silicon Valley, the journey from laid-back graciousness to frenetic buzz, a transition that could perhaps have been better managed. Maybe our dreams got ahead of the mundane process of planning for the future. We all know the figures, but I suppose they bear repeating in a gathering like this. Our city's population has tripled, depending on how you count it, in the last 3 decades. Vehicles on its roads quadrupled between 2007 and 2019. The number of lakes, for which Bangalore at one point was justly famous, has dwindled to just a few compared to 50 years ago. And in many ways, despite its loveliness, it's clearly a city struggling for breath. So where are we today? Despite all the problems, Bengaluru comes in very high up among cities in the Indian Ease of Living Index, and I can see some of you looking quite amused at that. Whether you agree with the index or not, it, I think, came in at number 1 a couple of years back in the big cities. It's home to $10,000 millionaires, 8 billionaires, and a total wealth of $350 billion. It's still the place to which capital and talented people flock. It accounts for 40% of India's software exports. It's still expanding, and it still has a climate to die for. So clearly, there's a battle to be fought, all right, in the years to 2040. But it's a battle from a place of hope, which is the encouraging part of this. That hope is fueled by plenty of ideas, for our city could justifiably claim to be the ideas capital of India. It is those ideas, in fact, that we hope to tap into in today's summit. Over the next 8 hours or so, we'll get plenty of food for thought, interrupted only by food to eat. And I encourage you to participate in what promises to be a series of interesting sessions. You'll hear a keynote from the man revered by the poor as Bypass Wale Baba and iconized by the Western press as the Henry Ford of cardiac surgery. You'll hear the man who runs the state outline his ambition for the city, and he must be on his way now. And you'll get the chance to see panelists ranging from a 23-year-old climate activist who had fame thrust on her last year to one of the pioneers of sustainable micromobility in India. Talking of pioneers, do stay until the afternoon for a session with the father of the Indian IT industry. And if you wait a bit longer, you'll hear Mr. Very, very Special himself. We are on the hunt for ideas. We are hungry to what our speakers and you think, and we all want a truly world-class Bengaluru. Thank you very much.